everyone, it's Robin Riley for Bello's Designs. Welcome to my Talk Crafty to Me video. Today I'd like to show you how I create clouds. In each of these cards, if you look in the background, you'll see some outlines of cards. Here, I just used a gray ink to create those. And on this one, I varied the colors based on the background of this card. So you'll see some cloud outlines in blue, some in purple, and even some in orange in this card. Before we get started on this technique, I would like to invite you to our Facebook groups. We have two of them. We have the Del Bello's Design Lounge, and that's where we showcase all of the Lavinia products. We also have another page that's called the Del Bello's Design a la carte page. There we showcase all of the other products that Patty carries in her shop. Make sure that you like our pages and follow those so that you can see all of the creations that all of our members make. It's just a fun place to hang out. We're on other social media platforms like Instagram, Pinterest, and TikTok. And all you have to do is search the hashtag Del Bello's Designs. Okay, let's talk a little bit about creating backgrounds of skies. So here's two examples that I created. These were done with store-bought stencils. You know the ones, made of Mylar. All you do is lay them down on your paper using whatever blending tool you like. You lay it down and you blend on the ink. Nice products, without a doubt. Here's another one that I have and that I like to use periodically. Again, just gives it two totally different looks based on whatever that cloud stencil looks like. But today I want to show you that you don't need to purchase anything. You just need a piece of paper, whatever card you're using. This just happens to be a scrap piece that I grabbed for today's purpose. I'm going to be using Distress Oxide inks, Stormy Sky, and Chipped Sapphire. And I'm going to be using a smoothie today. Now, I could use a makeup brush. If that's all you have, most definitely that's what you want to use. You just will have to be a little more gentle with this technique if you are using a brush of any kind. And the main tool that you need for this is a piece of paper towel. So what you do is you take this piece of paper towel and you want to just rip off an edge. Don't be too particular about what's happening on that edge. Just give it a rip. So I'm going to rip this off on 4 sides. And as you rip your paper, naturally it's not going to be even. And being that it's made of paper, you're going to have some paper fibers sticking out. That's the good part. You want those little fibers to be there. And that's it, guys. That's the main tool that you need. So what you do is you lay this piece of paper towel onto your card base. Doesn't matter where you start. It doesn't matter at what angle. You just lay it down and go for it. So let's start with the Stormy Sky. I'm going to tap my smoothie into the ink. Now this is fairly new, so I'm going to take off a lot of the excess. I just want a very light amount of ink. Okay. Now, I'm going to just hit the edge of that paper towel with the ink on this smoothie. And, depending on what type of sky you're making, you may want to add a whole lot of ink to make it really dark and ominous. Again, that's going to be your choice how you create the sky. So let's take off this and check it out. Look at that. See, to me, that outline is more realistic of a cloud. Now I'm going to just simply rotate, line this up again wherever I feel like it. I'm not even going to re-ink. I'm going to continue just to use a little bit of that ink. I'm just pouncing very gently over the edge. Now, if I don't think there's enough ink on there, when I take a peek, I can lay it back down, gather up a little more ink, and just go right on top. You see how I just picked up one corner? That way I keep it aligned. So look at how this sky is already building. So let me continue on. Now, I'll just do sections sometimes, not the entire width, so that I get some differences in the sky. I don't want it all to look the same. You know, when we look up at the sky, it definitely is not all the same everywhere you look. So let's just continue adding this on the edge and building our sky. Remember to rotate. And let's see, I'm getting low on the ink, but I'm sure I'm still going to see a little bit. See how that's building up, how nice that is? Now, with a smoothie, you have a pointed end. So you can naturally use that end, tap off, and go in with that pointed edge if you don't feel confident using the wider edge. And that'll give you a finer line on those clouds. Do you see how that's coming along? Just such a super neat looking background, isn't it? I mean, I just, again, this is my absolute favorite way to create any type of clouds in the sky. And it is so simple to do. Now, do you understand why I said don't use a brush? Let me grab one and bring it in. If I would bring in a brush, I think habit-wise, I would immediately want to start to go in a circular motion. And if I did that, I would be peeling back my paper and I wouldn't get a decent edge. Now, if you wanted to use your makeup brush, you very well could just use the tip of it though, and push upward over the edge of that piece of paper towel. And you'll get the same result. You just have to remember to go in the correct direction so that you don't, see, same result. You just have to be a little more mindful when using that type of a brush. All right, now let me show you just one more example. Now you saw this was just a plain white card. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take another plain white card. Again, it's just a scrap. And I am going to take the makeup brush just for speed. I just want to get this on here. And I am going to put a light coating of this stormy sky onto my card. I want to show you the difference of layering the inks instead of just going straight onto white card. We'll just use the top here. And you can see I'm not concerned about any streaking or blotching. It actually adds to the card. So I'm going to bring in that same paper towel again. And I'm going to use the smoothie with the stormy sky. Let me get the extra off. And I'm just going to pounce. Now, being that I already have a layer of ink down there, I'm going to need a little more ink onto my smoothie so that I'm able to see an outline. And ooh, doesn't that make it look a little more ominous now? It kind of looks more like a stormy sky. Let's do one more here with this color. Okay. So again, you have to add a little more ink. Let's come in. We're going to add a little more of this add some of this chip sapphire. Now I'm going to go light initially, and I am going to use the small end, the pointed end here. see if I can create a little bit more of a stormy looking sky with a darker ink. This is just kind of something fun to play with. And always less is more. So there, different shade of blue, but yet you can see the cloud tops or bottoms, whichever way you want to look at that, seem to be carrying a little bit of rain. Let me rotate this around. See if we can create another cloud that looks like it's full of some rain. All right, let's look. Yes, see, those definitely look heavier than what they did just on the white card. Let me do one more dark one here for you. I'm going to start brushing up a little bit. My paper towel's getting a little bit moist with ink, so keep that in mind. Now, by brushing up, you can really see the edge of that cloud is definitely darker. All right, see, so how much fun is this? I mean, seriously, this is cool. Okay, I'll bore you with one more. All right, let's get another dark cloud here. A simple and fun way to add unique clouds to your backgrounds. So let's take a peek at both of these. Here's the one that I started on white card. Just white card. Used that torn paper towel. I was using only the Stormy Sky Distress Oxide ink, and I did use a smoothie on the majority. The bottom here, I did bring in a brush just to demonstrate how you need to definitely brush upward if you're using this technique to create clouds. I hope that's good for you to see. And then here, starting with the background that was already inked in the Stormy Sky, using the paper towel again and the smoothie, you can see how that looks more like a storm cloud, a little darker. And I even used some of that chipped sapphire. So here you go. 2 ways to create clouds. Won't cost you a penny because all you're going to be using is a piece of paper towel and whatever blending tool you have. Just keep in mind you have to go gentle. Also, less is more, and slowly build. Okay, I hope I taught you something new. I hope this is fun for you. And if you decide to give this a go and create your own clouds using this technique, make sure you tag me. I want to see what you make. And have fun. That's the best part. Just have fun. Okay, guys. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.